Rich dad never finished school, so he had a completely different point of view. And I thought that was really stupid. Why go to school, get a job, and know nothing about money? There's good debt and bad debt. I classify student loan debt as bad debt. It's the worst possible type of debt. See, if I get into trouble as a businessman with debt, I can declare bankruptcy, and I'm clean. But the trouble with student loan debt, you can't do that. It hangs around your neck for the rest of your life.
Do you have these money habits that are keeping you poor? 99% of people have these habits that are keeping them poor. It is not their fault. We were all programmed to be poor. But if you keep searching for answers, you find a solution. In this video, make sure you work hard to remove these habits from your life. And this is not easy. But do you want to die rich or die poor? This is the video for you. This is the video you should watch. Watch this video every night before you go to bed so that you can reprogram your mind. Break these 7 habits and break the curse of poverty right now. And let's get rich, baby. I want this video to be a fun one, so while you watch this video, I will be testing your knowledge. I won't reveal the habits until you can answer some questions that will increase your financial intelligence. Can you figure out what's the first habit? Here's a clue. Imagine 2 buddies working the same low-paying job, earning identical incomes, and facing the same living expenses. Fast forward 3 years, one guy owns 3 rental houses, while the other is still stuck in his apartment paying rent. What's the secret behind this financial magic?
And the secret to being rich is not a college education, but can you control cash flow? And this is what cash flowing looks like. So this here, you need this. Income has asset liability. Again, this is, you get a job, income comes in, and it goes out this way. First line of expense is tax. So this is a poor person's cash flow pattern. It's not how much money you make, but they can't control the cash flowing out through their expenses.
Habit 1, cash flow. If you sit down and analyze where most of your money is going and why, then you can have a better solution in controlling your cash flow. If all or most of your money is coming out of your pocket without any left to save and invest, then you will never become rich. All wealthy people control the amount of money that is coming out of their pocket. To master this habit, you need to get a sheet of paper or a book and write down all your expenses for each month. Also, write the amount of money each of these items cost. The next step is to circle the ones that are unavoidable. Example, a car insurance might be unavoidable. It is something you have to pay. When you circle the ones that are unavoidable, underline the ones that you could improve on. For example, grocery. What are some things you buy for grocery that you don't really have to buy? This exercise will make you live frugally and be more aware of where your money is going. Do this now and you will master habit 1. Let's move on. Now this next habit will surprise you, but before I tell you, here is another question. One guy keeps $100,000 in his bank account and another has $4 in his bank account, but in 10 years' time, the guy with $4 in his bank account is richer than the one with $100,000 and he doesn't have any properties. How is this possible?
So I never saved dollars. I just saved gold. Today we're multi-millionaires in gold and silver.
Habit 2. Don't save money, save gold and silver. Whenever you have master habit 1, you will have more money saved up in your bank account. The truth is that goods and service will go up in value, which means that saving money alone cannot make you rich. If you can get in the habit of buying gold and silver, then you will be setting up yourself for success in the future. As Robert Kiyosaki would say, that paper money is fake because over time it loses its value.
And I realized I was being lied to by my own government, my own teachers, and especially Wall Street, About 25 years old, I bought my first gold coin. It was 50 bucks. Today it's worth about 15, now it's about 1,800 today. So rather than saving dollars, which was going down in value, I just saved gold and silver.
Before we get to habit 3, here is another question to test your financial intelligence. Now if you won $100,000 today and you want to invest, but you know nothing about investing, and you wouldn't want to give anyone your money to invest it because there are a lot of scammers out there. So what's one of the first things you should learn to understand the fundamentals of investing?
When 99% of all people graduate from school don't even know what a financial statement is. And if they do, they probably had the same accounting teacher I had, Mr. Boring, who wasn't really an accountant. He had a master's in accountancy.
Habit 3. Learn to understand financial statements. When you can understand a financial statement, it will be easier for you to make better investment decisions because this is one way in which you can value a company. It is not a good idea to just invest in random companies just because everyone else is doing, but to know how to read the numbers. Robert Kiyosaki emphasized on this while teaching the wisdom of financial freedom. So if you were to invest but you can't understand what a financial statement means, then you might lose money. Let's move on. Habit 4. Now this question will surprise you. Two guys are working the same amount of money, but one works 8 hours a day and the other works 3 hours a day. The one that works 8 hours a day is being taxed by the government, while the one that works 3 hours a day is taxed less. How is this possible?
Then this here, I get tax breaks because I have employees. If you have a job, you're taxed. If you hire employees, they give you tax breaks. Every government wants to give them a home. You know, please move to Indiana, please move to Canada. Why? Because they'll bring in employees, and employees pay the tax.
Habit 4. Don't work for money. Work to learn and start your own business. The game of life is made for the rich. And if you think like the poor, then you will be poor. Robert Kiyosaki stated that he gets tax break because he has employees. That means you have to start your own business to get taxed less. Starting your own business will also give you the financial freedom. While you have your 9 to 5, get a book and write down business ideas that you could start. Remember, a successful business have to provide some form of value to as many people as possible.
Most young people, they fall in love, they get married, they have kids. But you gotta think, the kid is expensive. And they don't get cheaper. They get more expensive every year. You know, then they go to college and then it gets even more expensive. So a human being, and that sounds horrible to all the socialists and communists out there, but the fact is, kids cost money.
Habit 5. Avoid having a kid if you have a low income. Robert Kiyosaki suggests that you shouldn't consider having a child because as a child gets older, they get more expensive. It is better to have a child when you are more financially stable. In that way, you can provide for your child and still have enough money to save to make wise investments.
I make a lot of money, but I give a lot. You know what I mean? It goes to biblical principle, the more you give, the more you receive. So when I meet somebody who's doesn't have any money, it just means they're not giving something.
Habit 6. When you give more value to people, you will become more valuable. If you develop your skills or knowledge about something and you start to teach people on how to acquire those skills or knowledge, that's giving. Almost every rich person is a giver. They create companies that fixes a problem. They make people life easier. Even when someone get a loan to start real estate to then rent out the property to a tenant, that's giving because not everyone can afford to buy a house, especially when you are just starting your career. Even this video you are watching, I put a lot of effort in making this video, so you will make wiser financial decisions in life. That's giving, and when you feel satisfied by this video, you might find yourself subscribing to this channel and liking the video. So if you want to think of a great business idea, ask yourself, how can you make someone's life easier? What can you give to as many people as possible in exchange for money? Habit 7. People who are not committed to anything they want will never be rich. You should be committed. If you have made it this far in the video, then that is a sign of commitment. Anything that can bring value to your life, stay committed to it. Be consistent with it. That's the reason I recommend you subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.